Hello, fellow internet dweller. This is Lego Jackman, and today you're going to be watching the Power Miners Claw Digger set number 8959 from 2009, with 197 pieces and 2 minifigures. Lots of nines there. Originally, this set retailed for $20, and nowadays, looking for it, you're going to be paying around $17 used and around $57 sealed. So I would say $17 because I usually don't buy anything sealed. This set is definitely going to be a great value, but we're going to be taking a closer look into why that is. Now, let's first look at the Claw Digger. This thing is pretty big. It's not too oversized, but it's not too small. And for $20, it's much bigger than anything that you could get for $20 nowadays. Lots of pretty big pieces included with this set, so it's just a really great deal. The wheels use these giant plastic spiky wheels, and this is definitely one of my favorite Lego pieces. I love these wheels. They're the same wheels that are on the Thunder Driller as well. And those guys are able to spin back and forth, of course. And each wheel has a little inner green plate here. A lot of this build is with these lime green pieces, which look really nice. So let's start at the back first. So we have some storage for some tools. You get a stick of dynamite and a saw, which is nice. We get these like textured white 2x1 bricks here, which is kind of an odd choice of color, especially since nothing really else in this build that is extremely noticeable is white, maybe except for these and some of these side plates. So it might have made more sense to make it a black or a gray, but they went with textured white. In the back above that is the massive engine for this vehicle. I really love the details for this engine. So you have these two, I don't really know what they're called, maybe like colanders. That might be completely wrong. Kind of like those things that go up and down in the engine. So you get two of those, so this would be like, what, a V2 engine or something? And then you get these kind of like exhausts, 4 mini exhausts, and then you have the two on each side, larger ones, and then you have like the turbocharger, the supercharger right here. So that looks really nice. I really love the engine design for this set. Moving forward a little bit, you have a sticker here with like a gauge, warning, flammable sign, because this is of course the engine. And you get these two lights here, which are nice. Pretty much every single set has some sort of light on it. You also get a pickaxe here, which is a little bit difficult to put back in. It's kind of hidden back there, so you have to like push it in instead of clipping it. Like so. Looks pretty nice back there. Then you have the cockpit for this machine, and it is able to be moved forward. This is like the cage, very common piece throughout this Power Miners wave is these cockpit pieces. So that's able to be opened forward, and then you're able to fit your minifigure in there. You also get 2 control sticks here and a little control panel. It's less of a control panel and it's more of like a map. So that's what it looks like. It's pretty cool looking map. You have the it's kind of hard to show, but there's numbers there of I'm assuming the depth, maybe in feet, meters, who knows. So that's pretty neat. Nice little sticker there. You have some more stickers detailing like some vents for exhaust and some like scratches on there, so that looks pretty neat. And then on the actual claws, you have the 4. This is actually bumpy for some reason. The 4, because this is the 4th set, and then the caution lines, and then they also have some dirt on them, so that's cool. Now for the function of this set, unfortunately it is not connected to the wheels. So pretty much, or at least most of the sets in this wave had the feature of the set be connected to the wheels. So, for example, if this had it as the wheels moved, these would go up and down. But that was probably too complicated to fit in this small area, so they had to just go with a manual movement. So you use these 2 knobs on either side to move the claws up and down, just like so. And then as you're driving forward, you know, it's going to be clawing. Now, another unfortunate thing with these is that it's clawing, it's digging, I guess. So, while it's digging, you have this thing here, which is supposed to be picking up stuff, right? So say it's going to pick up this crystal. Of course, it really can't because it's at a specific angle. So maybe like that. You know, it doesn't really work. You kind of have to just put it in there yourself. And this storage thing can be rotated so that it's at a different angle. Get some like teeth here, some storage. But my point is that when you're clawing something, you would assume that this is able to go backwards to go into the storage here, but it can't. And I guess that makes sense. An idea that could have worked is something like the turbo shredder. So the turbo shredder, basically how it works, I can remove this, I hope this doesn't break it. Yeah, it's fine. Basically how it works on the turbo shredder is that it goes like this. So it moves forward, and then it moves back like that. So it would have been cool if that was added onto the set. So basically it would go like this, you know, it would be like this, and then it would go back a little bit, pull, and then pull back, you know, pulling whatever rocks or crystals you find back into the storage. But unfortunately that is not the case, and I mean, it's to be expected. This was a $20 set back then, so it's really not a lot of budget to fit any of these fancy features in it. But that's just a suggestion. If anyone wants to try to mod this set, add those functions into here, that would be way cooler than these. But because of the size and budget of this set, I'm assuming that's why they just went with these, and I think that's perfectly fine. Let's take a look at the minifigures now. The power miner that you get in this set, his name is Rex. This is not a Duke or anything like that. This is an actual named character, unlike the 2 Dukes previously. Got it looks like it's the same torso as Duke or Orange Scar Power Miner from the Granite Grinder, with the bomb insignia, the tweezers, and the, what is that, microphone, or it looks like a microphone, it's probably a magnifying glass. You get a flashlight, a chain, and a nice belt design. And then there's his face there. Got like the beard, stubbles, some scars, and then the angry face, and then a more scared face on the other side. That is Rex. And then you also get Sulphurix. Now, Sulphurix is made with this translucent green-yellow color, yellowish green. It's probably my least favorite color for these translucent pieces. It was a very commonly used color back in like the 90s. But now they've moved on to a more greener look. It is also the same color that they used for lightsabers, for green lightsabers, and now they have actually green lightsabers. These are just more yellowy green. Unfortunately, we didn't get a yellow rock monster. This is the closest that we got. His body is made out of that yellowish green plastic, and then the head here is gray. He's able to eat the crystal, and that's going to power him up. His arms, or his hands, I guess, are pretty similar to an actual Lego minifigure. I've never tried it, but it might be able to be put on an actual minifigure. That would be interesting to try out. But he's able to hold the crystal because the top of the hand is like a stud, and then he's also able to fit rods in there. So that is Sulfurix, the rock monster. Here is how I display the Claw Digger. It kind of goes on the right half of all of the bigger Power Miner vehicles. In front of it, I have the rock monsters with Sulfurix in the middle right there. I guess I should probably address this. This guy is from the fire Power Miners, so that's why it's not going in the middle there. I just have it on the side because it's not really the same thing. But yeah, that's the Claw Digger, and I have him right next to the other sets. So that is how I display the Claw Digger. For extras that I have with this set, I do have the instructions and the box. Let's take a look at the instructions quickly here first. Got a nice picture of the Claw Digger. Moving on to the back here, the part count is right there, and then you get an advertisement for the Power Miners website. You get a much larger picture of this diorama of all the Power Miner sets from Wave 1. I have them all. The Claw Digger is in the back here. So that's pretty neat. Love that diorama. On the back, we also have a checklist for the sets, as well as a checklist for the rock monsters, showing all of the rock monsters. I'm going to review all of these sets. So far, these 3 I've already made reviews on. And then this is kind of new compared to the other instructions that we've looked at so far. It shows the features of the set, which is nice, of all the sets. You know, here's the chopping motion of the stone chopper, the drilling and the sawing and the clasping of the hand there on the mine mech, the grinding of the granite grinder, the digging of the Claw Digger, the drilling of the thunder driller, and the sweeping of the crystal sweeper. So that's pretty cool. And then you have a much larger pictures of the special builds, the alternate builds that you combine with the other sets. So if you got a second copy of each set, you would be able to have all of these. Combining the Claw Digger with the Crystal Sweeper, you're going to be getting this giant behemoth. I love this design and I can't wait to build it. I will make all of these and review them all once I've reviewed all of these sets, and hopefully I can find the instructions for it. Here's some of the other alternate builds. Lots and lots of advertisements in the back. We have a really cool shot here of the Thunder Driller and the Mine Mech. This is a lot more like a poster, so you can definitely, if you have an extra copy of these instructions, or maybe you don't care about the instructions, rip these out and put them in a poster, and I think it looks really neat. Love like the waterfall in the background. Get, I think his name is Doc. And Sulfurix here, we have Brains, and we have Duke. So that is pretty cool little poster there. And then some Lego Club stuff. And the Win background. So that is the instructions. Now let's take a look at the box. So here is the box. Claw Digger, 197 pieces. Looks pretty darn cool. Sulfurix. It's just the same thing as the instructions, just without the ages or the part count. TNT here. On the top of the box, we have Sulfurix, actual size, and a little shot of the minifigures included in the set. This is a very beat-up box, because it's a decade old. We have the number 4, because it is the 4th set out of 6. A smaller picture of the set, again. Here's the bottom, with that price tag. That's cool. That I have the original price tag on there. I have no idea where I got this from, if anyone's gonna ask. This is kind of the same thing as this side, just with a little less information. And then you have the back of the box, which has the engine, the turbocharged engine, dig to the core, because that is what this thing is built for. And these pictures are just ripped up, but it's showing this thing here moving up and down, and then the cockpit that can open. And then there's a picture of the combination that you can make with the Claw Digger and the Crystal Sweeper. So that is the box for this set. For my final thoughts of this set, I think that this set is an amazing set for $17 used, or the original price of $20. I think that's totally worth it. You get these giant pieces this set would probably cost $40 if it was released today. So half the price, I think, is just amazing. Love the minifigures as much as, even though this is not my favorite color, but still just an amazing set. You know, it's kind of limited by the price. It could have been way cooler, but that's really if you want to mod the set. I think there's a lot of potential for modding this set. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting the like button. And if you've enjoyed a lot of my other videos, maybe consider subscribing. But that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Peace out.